Today I'm gonna do a quick little walk around of the 69 Camaro. It's got a Hooker black heart exhaust I had to redo for the customer. Just a super killer little car, so stay tuned. Like I said, this week I've been working on this killer little 69 Camaro. New customer. I kind of got to know him when I worked at JP's. He bought pretty much all of his parts through JP. He's had the car for a lot of years. I believe it was actually a drag car when he bought it. He raced it for several years, and I believe he told me he actually wrecked the car, and that's what kind of prompted the rebuild. But just super nice car. You can see silver, black stripes. It's got a Detroit Speed hydroform front subframe. Got a Ridetech 4-link in the back. Obviously coilovers all the way around. Biggest wheel woods they make. Some really nice forged line wheels. It's got a killer stance to it. You can see he's not completely finished with it. It's got hideaway headlights. He's still got to put all his grill and stuff in it. But it's got slick firewall, LS motor, MSD intake. Just a killer swap. Obviously vintage heating and air. The Detroit Speed master and booster combo. Wheel with proportioning valve. Pretty much just the right combo the way we like them. It's got a set of scat seats. It's got I did it tilt column. Odometer gauges. He's got him a double down. He's gonna do him a little small console. He likes a little bit more on the interior and he'll be done. Still gotta put his back seat in it. But it's got a nice sound system. Like I said, this mini tub, 345 rear tire. I'm assuming probably 10-inch wheel in the front, 12 in the back. Just a really nice piece. But he ordered a Hooker black heart exhaust, which if you've ever bought or installed one of those, you know they're really nice kits. But he had a muffler shop put it on, and of course with the 4-link it's very tight. And really it's designed for tailpipes to go under the rear end. But they've been up a set of tailpipes for it, and you know, it was just your typical muffler shop stuff. Nothing against that, but for this kind of quality of a build, it really needs a stainless exhaust. I mean, for this high dollar of a car. So he just, he wasn't satisfied with it, so he brought it to me, and I cut all the Hooker black part from the headers back, cut all that back out of it. Ended up, I went ahead and you can see I changed the cross member. This was the cross member that was in the car. He bought another one. And so installed new cross member, was able to get the exhaust a little tucked up higher to the floor, was able to get the mufflers closer to the floor, still retain the X pipe. Then once I got it back to the rear end, I V-banded the mufflers, and of course I split the actual black heart tailpipes. I V-banded them in the middle, so that way it's got 2-piece tailpipes on both sides, easy to tear apart if you ever need to. It's got hangers off the rear seat belt bolts. That's kind of one of the things I like to do on these cars. And then it's got 2 more hangers at the very back. So I'll let this thing back up on the lift and show you the exhaust. Okay, so you can see the new transmission crossmember that we put in it. Had to do a little modification with the T56. I don't know if you can see it right up in here. I had to notch the crossmember on 2 corners for the case. Not a real big deal. Like I said, but it allowed the exhaust to be tucked up in the floor more. You can see right here, the lowest point would be right there at the band clamp at the collector, but everything kind of goes back up. So mufflers are real tight against the floor for clearance, and you probably got 4.5 inches right there at the collector. So that was pretty much what we wanted, but the muffler shop that they put it together, of course, the Blackheart kit is all clamped together stuff, so they did clamp it together, but they tacked every joint and every clamp, so nothing was removable. And then of course they welded all the tailpipes that they bent. So now basically take the band clamps loose right here at the header on both sides. You got V-bands on both mufflers with hangers right there. And like I said, I like to actually put a real long bolt in the back of the seat belt bolt right there, and then I just use a tab or something to do me a hanger off of. But basically you just do a V-band, a hanger, V-band, hanger, and knock that loose. Front section can come out. We've got hangers right here at the tailpipes. Another set of V-bands right over top of the axle. So basically back section of the tailpipe comes off, and then you can pull the front section out of the front, and then you can pull the front section off. But like I said, real tight over the rear end. Like I said, the Ridetech 4-link stuff is designed really for a under axle tailpipe, which a lot of people honestly just don't like. I don't mind them. I actually kind of like the way they look on certain cars as long as they're done right and tucked up. But got really good clearance now. It's hard to tell up in there, but especially with coilover cars, stiff as this is, it really should never be an issue, but it's way better than what it was. So sounds real good, good clearance, and makes the car a whole lot more drivable. Well, that wraps up today's video. If you don't mind liking, subscribing, and sharing my video, I sure would appreciate it. Thanks.